Good evening to our viewers watching on television and those joining us online across our social media platforms. I am Madonna Doric with the Wednesday, April 22nd edition of the Guyana TV9 News. In the headlines tonight, President Ali positions Guyana as digital health hub for the Caribbean. May 4 date set. ICJ to begin merits hearings in Guyana-Venezuela case. Gunmen strike Monrepo's business. 4 nabbed, weapons seized. Guyana headlines Kosovo 52 as the new engine of Caribbean food security. And 12 deportees arrive from United States, 2 in police custody. Now for the news in depth. Guyana is ready to lead a regional healthcare revolution, opening the CARFA conference today. President Dr. Irfan Ali positioned Guyana at the forefront of digital medicine, offering to share the nation's rapidly expanding telemedicine model with the entire Caribbean. Here's more. He made the remarks on Wednesday while delivering the feature address at the 70th Annual Health Research Conference hosted by the Caribbean Public Health Agency, where regional and international stakeholders gathered to examine new approaches to public health. Dr. Ali said Guyana's geography has been a major factor in its adoption of telemedicine, noting that the country has already begun to see tangible benefits from its investment in the technology.
Health ecosystem, not healthcare, health ecosystem that will allow us to position Guyana as a leader in health services and healthcare across the region and globally.
According to the president, the initiative has strengthened healthcare delivery in remote and hinterland communities, reducing the need for emergency evacuations while allowing patients to access specialized care more efficiently. We have seen lives saved, the need for medical evacuation reduced, and greater support by specialized staff in hinterland and remote areas, he added. With these results, Dr. Ali indicated that Guyana is prepared to extend its export to neighboring countries through regional collaboration.
Data science, genomics, robotics, telehealth, and artificial intelligence. That speaks to the power of ideas in healthcare progress. Ironically, today we are living through a paradox in global healthcare. Never before has humanity possessed so many tools to improve health outcomes. We have artificial intelligence capable of reading scans in seconds. We have digital platforms that connect patients to clinics across continents. We have precision public health systems that can map disease in real time. We have new financing models that promise to stretch scarce resources further than ever before.
The head of state also underscored the growing importance of artificial intelligence in healthcare, particularly in speeding up diagnostic processes and improving accuracy. He explained that tasks which once took days now can be completed in a couple minutes, revealing that Guyana has already begun integrating such technology into its systems and is eager to share its experience with regional partners. Adana Dar, Guyana TV9 News. A massive week of Guyana's sovereignty is officially on the calendar. On May 4, 2026, the International Court of Justice begins hearing arguments to finally settle the border case against Venezuela. These high-stakes proceedings at The Hague marked a defining step in Guyana's fight for permanent binding rules on the Essequibo region. Here's more.
The hearings will bring together teams of international legal experts, with Guyana assembling a delegation to argue its position before the world's highest court for resolving disputes between states. The case has drawn significant global attention given its implications for borders, sovereignty, and access to natural resources in the region. During his weekly program Issues in the News, Attorney General Anil Nandlal confirmed his participation in the proceedings, signaling the government's high-level commitment to the matter.
And as I am on court matters, I want to inform you that the case filed by Guyana against the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela at the International Court of Justice will come on for hearing on Monday, the 4th of May, 2026, and the hearings will continue each and every day of that week
The dispute centers on a long-standing territorial claim by Venezuela over lands administered by Guyana, a controversy that has persisted for decades and periodically intensified diplomatic tensions between the two countries. It has become one of the most consequential legal confrontations in the Caribbean and South American region, with the court's eventual ruling expected to carry lasting geopolitical consequences. Legal analysts note that the ICJ process is often lengthy and complex, involving detailed historical records, treaties, and legal arguments. However, the upcoming hearings are seen as a decisive step forward, offering both sides an opportunity to present their cases in full before the international judiciary. Nandlal emphasized the scale and seriousness of the engagement, describing it as a defining moment for the nation.
Will join our team of international lawyers and will be appearing for and representing the interest of Guyana at that important hearing at the International Court of Justice.
As the hearing date nears, preparations are intensifying on Guyana's side. Take two. As the hearing date nears, preparations are intensifying on Guyana's side, with its legal team finalizing arguments for presentation before the International Court of Justice. Melanie Morris, Guyana TV9 News.
12 Guyanese nationals were deported from the United States of America and arrived in Guyana on Tuesday upon arrival. All 12 individuals were processed, interviewed, and profiled by the relevant authorities. Following the exercise, 10 of the deportees were released into the care of relatives with instructions to report back at a later date. However, 2 individuals remain in police custody, a 42-year-old male whose address is currently unknown in connection with a murder investigation, and a 35-year-old male of no fixed address in relation to a domestic violence matter. Authorities confirmed that all procedures were carried out in accordance with established protocols. We will be back after the short break. Stay tuned.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by June 30, 2026, and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. How to apply for registration? You must visit the GCOM registration office that is responsible for your area of residence to apply for registration, name change, or correction. You must have the following source documents as might be relevant: original birth certificate or valid Guyana passport for new registration, original marriage certificate and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by marriage, original deed poll and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by deed poll, original naturalization certificate and original birth certificate or valid passport in the case of naturalization. This registration exercise will end on May 29, 2026. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at a different address than the one you were registered at. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-02-7729 or visit www.gcom.org.gy. GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by June 30, 2026, and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. It is the civic duty and legal responsibility of all Guyanese who meet the eligibility criteria to apply for registration. By so doing, you will be ensuring that you are issued a national identification card and be included in the official list of electors for future elections, provided you meet all eligibility criteria. This registration exercise will end on May 29, 2026. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at a different address than the one you were registered at. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-02-7729 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. Guyana is no longer just a participant in regional agriculture. It is now at the helm, opening the 52nd ordinary meeting of the South African Commission for Fight Against Foot and Mouth Disease in Georgetown today. President Dr. Irfan Ali declared Guyana's arrival as a primary leader in the Caribbean's agricultural and food security transformation. More in this report.
Welcoming delegates from across Latin America and the Caribbean, the head of state framed the gathering as a turning point for animal health cooperation and food security, emphasizing that Guyana's transformation since last hosting the conference in 2008 reflects a nation now emerging as a serious agricultural force. He underscored Guyana's achievement of being recognized as free of foot and mouth disease without vaccination, calling it both a scientific milestone and a strategic economic asset. The president highlighted that this status strengthens confidence in the country's livestock systems and opens new export opportunities across CARICOM, while also reinforcing regional biosecurity. The president broadened the discussion beyond progress to the realities shaping global food systems today, drawing attention to rising instability in international supply chains. He noted that disruptions in shipping routes, constraints on fertilizer supplies, and delays in grain deliveries driven by geopolitical tensions are already affecting availability and costs. Against this backdrop, he cautioned that the Caribbean's continued dependence on imported food leaves the region vulnerable to these external shocks.
This is not a distant crisis. It is a present reality. Higher costs, delayed deliveries, and mounting food insecurity risk are now daily challenges. This makes regional self-reliance, animal health security, and production reliance matters not of aspiration, but of national and regional survival.
The president then outlined an ambitious regional shift already underway through CARICOM's agricultural transformation agenda, including targets to reduce food imports by millions of tons by 2030. He detailed investments in livestock farms, cold chain systems, and processing infrastructure, alongside Guyana's push toward becoming a net exporter of meat, dairy, and poultry products. These efforts, he said, are backed by hundreds of millions of dollars in investment opportunities and strengthened by harmonized regional trade and health policies.
Our region is home to approximately 590 million susceptible animals, 390 million cattle, 190 million sheep and goats, and 80 million pigs are managed by nearly 5 million farmers, producing over 16.5 million metric tons of beef annually as of 2024. I think we need to give our farmers a huge round of applause. 5 million farmers who are managing this ecosystem.
President Ali further called for deeper regional unity and stronger systems capable of withstanding biological and geopolitical shock. He stressed that the success of COSALFA 52 must be measured not in declarations but in action, stronger laboratories, faster response systems, and greater trust between nations.
Providing an update, the Guyana Elections Commission (GECOM) says its vessel involved in a Barima River accident on Sunday was used without authorization and was not on official duty. The captain is in police custody. Several non-GECOM passengers were injured after a collision and rescued. Investigations continue as authorities determine the circumstances surrounding the incident. The wait for a modernized Ghana is over. Attorney General Anel Nandlal is urging citizens to embrace the new digital ID system, calling it a vital tool to make banking, healthcare, and government services faster and more secure. Nandlal rejected claims that the system threatens privacy, insisting that robust safeguards are already in place to protect personal data. BB Adams reports.
According to Nandlal, the digital ID card will eventually become one of the most important documents a person can have in Guyana, allowing easier access to banking, government services, healthcare, travel, and business transactions. He says citizens will not have to provide any new or deeply personal information at this stage, since the government is only using data that people have already given to agencies like GRA, NIS, and GECOM. Nandlal also stressed that strong legal protections are already in place through Guyana's data protection laws, and says the government will not request sensitive information until those protections are fully operational. One of the biggest talking points from the Attorney General is that the digital ID card is now legally recognized, meaning businesses, banks, and other agencies are expected to accept it as an official form of identification. Attorney General Anil Nanwal says Guyana's digital ID card is designed to make life easier, reduce paperwork, and modernize the way citizens access services. He says there is no need for fear, since only information already held by the government is currently being used. Nanwal says the digital ID card is part of Guyana's wider push toward modernization and could eventually become the key to accessing almost every major service in the country. A major issue now is whether businesses and institutions are ready to fully accept the new card, since the Attorney General has warned that refusing to recognize it could violate the law. This is Bibi Adam reporting for Guyana TV9 News.
More news after the break. Stay tuned.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. Or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 Building.
Guyana Channel 9 is now Guy TV9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, primetime, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guy TV9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A, Lamaha Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
Welcome back. You're watching Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. Police are probing an armed robbery at Monrepo's East Coast Demrara, where 4 men allegedly robbed 2 Chinese nationals of cash and valuables Tuesday night. The suspects escaped but were later arrested during operations in Georgetown. Police recovered 2 guns, ammunition, knife, motorcycles, cash, and phones. The 4 suspects remain in custody as investigations continue. Grab your umbrellas and stay vigilant. The Hydromet office says Guyana is in for a very wet remainder of the week. From today through April 25th, a surface trough is expected to trigger heavy showers and thunderstorms across the country, with regions 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 in the direct path of the heaviest rainfall. Authorities are warning of a significant flood risk in low-lying areas. According to the Hydrometeorological Service, regions 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are expected to bear the brunt of the intense weather. These areas are likely to experience the highest rainfall totals, raising concerns for residents, especially those living in low-lying and poorly drained locations. The alert was issued through a special bulletin from Ministry of Agriculture's National Weather Watch Center, which highlighted the dynamic nature of the current weather system. A surface trough began affecting the area from the evening of April 21, setting the stage for days of unsettled conditions. Compounding the situation is the strengthening and shifting of the intertropical convergence zone, which is expected to linger over Guyana for the remainder of the week, alongside strong upper-level divergence. This system is fueling increased cloud cover, frequent showers, and periods of moderate to heavy rainfall. While there may be brief reductions in rainfall alongside coastal areas at times, other parts of the country are
still expected to face cloudy skies, showers, and occasional thunderstorms. The overall forecast suggests little relief as atmospheric conditions remain favorable for continued precipitation. Rainfall levels are projected to range between 50 millimeters and 75 millimeters within a 24-hour period, but some areas could see totals exceeding 100 millimeters. Such volumes significantly heighten the risk of flooding, particularly in regions where drainage systems are limited or overwhelmed. Residents are urged to remain cautious as thunderstorms are likely, especially during early morning hours and late afternoons into the evening. These storms may bring lightning, thunder, and gusty winds, adding another layer of concern as Guyana prepares for several days of challenging weather. Adana Dorigan, TV9 News.
Turning to regional news, in Jamaica, a 3-month-old boy, Judas Shaw, was found dead in Kingston, prompting an investigation. His mother has been placed in a mental health facility amid concerns about postpartum depression and a history of instability. Relatives expressed grief, suggesting earlier intervention might have helped, while police continue probing the circumstances surrounding the infant's death. Internationally, the UK Parliament has approved the Tobacco and Vapes Bill, banning anyone aged 17 or younger from ever buying cigarettes to create a smoke-free generation. The law also expands vaping restrictions and grants new regulatory powers. Officials call it a major public health step, though concerns remain about the industry impact and support for current smokers. Those are our major headlines for tonight's newscast. For more trending stories, follow us on our Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube platforms at GYTV9. I'm Adana Doric. Thanks for watching.